Good afternoon, folks. Cliff here, Foxit Outdoors. We are outside in the garden. It is close to 4 o'clock, 3:30 is 3:45, somewhere around there. I don't know, I didn't bother to check when I started this thing. We're 3:14. Okay, I stand corrected. We are 3:14 in the afternoon. It is the 5th of October. Double check on that one. Thing won't let me. Yep, October 5th. I was right. And I said, well, we're out here. We're going to be planting today. I've got a 2-foot square. I've got my divider bar in here. I just moved my light over. It was right in that dark hole right there. But we're going to get planting some garlic in bed number 1. As you guys can see, I have it all situated and all out here. These are my biggest cloves that I grew from last year. We're just going to go ahead and strip them over here in the corner. I'm not really too concerned about the outer casing on this stuff. I just want the cloves. I have a rather large one here, but this is actually technically 2. This kind of grew really weird. So I'm going to lay these out. See if I can get this stuff apart. Separate it and then plant it. For the most part, I'm going to leave the skins on. Because it's not really going to hurt it any. There we go. Just got the end broke off. Kind of going to get most of the stuff off. Whatever stays on is just going to go in the ground. It's not going to hurt it any. That'll just be more of a protective layer for the winter, or at least what I consider winter in my state. So far you can see we got quite a lot here. I've got some large ones smothered with some little ones that have grown weird. But all in all, these were, like I said, these were the largest ones for my harvest last year, or last season's garlics. I've got some little tiny ones. We'll plant these ones somewhere else, so I'll just set them off to the side for now. Let's see, we'll go with this guy right here. Once I get the first couple of them off, it makes it easier to break off the entire end stem of this thing. So we'll get this little side one off here. Nope, it still doesn't want to come off. That sucker is on there. See if I can get it with breaking off these ones. It looks like it's a double. Yeah, that's a double. Don't want to use my fingernails, but I have to. I only broke off part of that. This is not exactly more of the process I wanted to show you guys. I was going to do more of a planting video than stripping of garlic, but this stuff is. Some of these are pretty tough. These little butt ends. There we go. There's the connector. Busted that off. Throw that over there on the side. Some of these you can tell if they're doubles. Some of them you can't. Blow all the loose skins away. So we're left with more or less just the garlic. Can't get garlic bulbs. I was about to say cloves, but it ain't cloves because the clove is this guy. This is the whole clove. These are just the bulbs. I've got bees flying around over here. And naturally, I'm outside doing this during peak driving hours, so everyone will be driving by me like crazy. I think that's one actual garlic. Yeah, that's one garlic. That's a good sized garlic, folks. This was me actually rather almost tripped. I'll peel this last one and then we'll start the planting. I'm not going to plant these in any particular order, spacing. They're just going to go on the ground. I just want to get most of this stuff separated. I cannot find a position that is comfortable where I'm not showing off weird, so Let's do it right here. Look, there's another one. That's a good size one. That's a good leaf. Probably should have already had this processed before starting this video, but you know, I feel the realism is better than doing fake videos where it just kind of shows everybody doing it all at the last minute, having everything all nice and prepped and blah blah blah. Yep, y'all get to watch me blow my garlic. How many people you know can say they blow their garlic? But yeah, look at this. I got some good sized ones in here. I mean, these are some pretty hefty little clovers. Not actual clovers, just cloves because I'm being weird. But we're just gonna stick them in the ground. Say every few inches. That one's gonna be a really weird one. Just gonna stick them in just below the surface. Try to get these as evenly spaced as physically possible. That's because I want a fairly good yield next year. So I want these in as best as possible. So we're just gonna shove them in there. Like I said, just gonna go every couple of inches. Making sure you put the pointy side up. Always put the flat, stumpy side on the bottom, because that's where your roots are gonna go. Just gonna plant these. If we're lucky, we'll get all of this planted. Every last one of these. Some of them are spaced off a little bit more. So basically, what I've got under here is I have it's Kellogg's Raised Bed Garden Mix, and then essentially under that I have a layer of about a 3 or 4 inch layer of hay. Mulch, whatever the heck you want to call it, hay mulch, hay. The spacing is really bad on these. I'm sorry, I'm not using any sort of measurement. I'm just sticking them in the ground with my fingers. And the spacings are getting kind of wonky. So, I just want all this stuff in here. I got the bottom row here, the bottom 2 rows better than I did the last 2 other rows, so we'll go this way. Trying to keep them a little bit away from the edge. I will probably get a ton of flack in the videos or the comment section about how I planted my garlic. And you know what? I don't care. Everybody can plant their garlic how they want to. This is just how I'm planting mine. I might get actually all of these in here, and if not, I'll have some extra ones and I might just throw them off to the side over here. See what happens. But yeah, like I said, so I have a layer of hay under here, and then I've put 2 bags of raised bed garden soil on this, just to try to ease it up. I think that's actually 2 of them. We'll see what happens with that center. I'm not even going to plant all of the big ones. I'm going to do this various sizes just to prove that you don't have to have large garlic just to do this. So anywhere I have a large gap, I'm just going to stick another one. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just put your garlic in, let it grow, see what it does. Always test out your gardening skills. If you don't think you can garden, that is not the case, and that's not always going to be the case. You just got to find the one substance or the one vegetable or herb that you can somehow manage to grow really well without any issues. Just try it. There's no wrong way to garden. There's no right way to garden. Some people will tell you there is. I'm gonna tell you right now, in my experience, I do not feel that there is a wrong or right way to garden. You just garden. Garden however you want, however you see fit. And we're just gonna kind of rub over the dirt, get a nice little coating on there. I've already gotten this stuff soaking wet. I watered it before I did this, so we're just gonna go over and coat it. And then to top her off, we're gonna go over here. I'll show you guys over on that corner. Way over there, I'm gonna get that hay, and then I'm gonna set that hay on top of this. So I got all this hay, and we're just gonna kind of stick ourselves with it, because we decided not to wear gloves like an idiot. I just stabbed myself good with that dry hay. And just kind of break it apart and layer it on here as evenly as possible. And if you feel the need to, you can definitely get another soaking in. But like I said, I soaked the wall. I soaked this whole bed before I started this project. I just wanted to get this in for you guys so you guys can see what I've been up to. I know I haven't filmed in a while, so I figured a little video for you guys would be beneficial. Show you what's happening in the garden. I'll probably do another video here in a little bit, just because I don't feel like this is going to be the only one I do today. And over the next couple of days, I will put more hay on top of this. Usually I like to have a nice good 6 to 8 inch layer of hay, just to keep the stuff from drying out. We'll get the next layer on, folks. This stuff is kind of damp because I have, every once in a while, I like to water the stack that this came from, just to keep it from blowing away, and to kind of help it break down a little bit more. As you can see, this stuff is pretty dry. So let's have a little fun with this. I actually can cut it with my knife. It's actually chopping through there pretty good. That's it. Chopped right through it. Now I got smaller bits that I can work with. I can layer it on there better. Get a nice insulation for the winter. Well, at least winter, what's considered winter in my area. Which surprisingly actually can and will drop down to below 20 degrees some years. Just depends on the season. But it does get cold out here, despite living in the desert. This stuff does not want to spread apart. There we go. And the one thing I will have to do with this later on is I will actually have to cover this with something to keep the stuff from blowing away. Right now, that's pretty much done. That's about the amount of layerage I'm going to need for this. We are on there pretty thick. I got hay splinters in me everywhere, because if you're not sticking yourself with things in the garden, you're not connecting with nature, and your plants will not grow as well as you think they will. I'm just kidding on that one, folks. That's a little bit of funny there, but yeah, no, gardening is all about getting your hands nice and dirty, although my hands don't look dirty on camera, but they are. They're kind of brownish green at the moment. And there's my dirty old thumbnail under there. There you go. There's a thumbnail for you. Haha. Just kidding, but yeah, you can see the kind of see the grunge under my fingers. But yeah, aside from that, that's pretty much it for this video, folks. I might do another one here in a little bit just for a update for the rest of the garden. But until then, this is going to be Foxit Outdoors signing off with the garlic planted for the 2024 season. Take care, folks. See you and have a good one. Catch you on the next one.